You might have seen this channel before, and you might not have seen this channel before. So for the new people, my name's Ste Hamilton. Everybody wants to see the glitz and glamour. Hey, look how cool my life looks in the background right now. But with my vlogs, you get no nonsense. None of that fake rubbish. I am here to show you what a real property millionaire's week actually looks like. So sit back, take it all in, enjoy the journey, join the family, dream big, be nice, and be kind.
No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
Good morning. We're back. Another vlog.
Good morning, good morning.
How are we feeling today? Are we good?
I'm amazing today. We're back in, I don't like this, you know, like doing this. Kind of where I grew up. So this was my rival school. So this is Darlaston Comp. I went to St Thomas More, which is less than a mile away from here. And I've been asked to come and speak, inspire the next generation. And you know what, guys? The cars, the clothes, the houses, the holidays, they're incredible. But you know this is the reason I do what I do. So take a look at this.
No one checked on me when I needed. So I just stack my bread, stay in my bag and not in my feelings. Overthink too much, I get distracted, start to deep it.
About to kick the day off. Xbox, PlayStation, AirPods, some earphones. Some of the things that we do to get the people interacting, because what happens is when you've got a room full of Year 11 and Sixth Form, they don't like to speak. They're a bit shy, they reserved, I think the word is. But when you give away prizes and stuff, it makes them speak. So we want to speak. We don't want no PowerPoint presentations where we bore them. We want to inspire them correctly. So watch Real estate, property is what I do. That's my bread and butter. That's what I started to make money in. And July 2014, I bought a 2-bedroom terrace house in Willenhall for £48,000. I still own that house today, 11 years later, and it's worth now about £225,000. So in 11 years, the property's gone from £50,000 to £225,000. So have you ever heard the saying, safe as houses? It's a really famous saying, safe as houses. If you invest in property, if you buy property, and you know where to buy it and you know what you're doing, it's probably the most safest investment you will ever see. Property is where I made all my money. Property is where I make all my money. And property is what I am giving down to my children. So when you talk about levels of money, 70,000, 100,000, 200, a million, and stuff like that, with the property world, there's no ceiling. You can earn anything you want to earn because property is never ending. You can build a 2-bedroom house or you can build a skyscraper. You can build 20 apartments or you can build a hospital. I'm pretty sure that the whole room at some point will go into property. I'm pretty sure of it, whether it's buying your own residential or trying to get one to let, to rent to somebody as a safety net. I'm pretty sure you will. Because when I was your age, I had no idea about it, okay? Not got a clue about anything at all to do with this. But as you get older, you start to understand how doors open. So you might want to be an engineer today. 10 years, you might not want to be. You might want to be an accountant today. 5 years, you might not want to be. Because you have to find something that ignites your passion. Otherwise, you're just in the hamster wheels of 9 till 5 till 65 years old, and then it's game over. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I've never seen a response from 15, 16-year-olds like that ever at any school we've ever spoken to. And even after the speech had finished and the talk had finished, they was coming over to me saying, we have never had a careers person come in who has kept us captivated like you, coming from 15, 16-year-old people. Yeah, that's what I do when I do, baby. Straight from inspiring, motivating and giving back, straight back to the day job. I am literally now writing a contract out for a new joint venture partner to jump on board today. Just going through some bits and pieces that I want to make sure is in there. Got my whole team here doing some great things. And then also, sourcing day. I'm with
like Adriano and Pro 6. I got the off-white logo on both kicks. Already gone by the time that I post pics. Trap money, rap money, it's a slow fix.
Ste is currently on a mentor Zoom right now. We just came back from lunch, and yet he was still on a mentor Zoom while we were having lunch, because that's how much effort he actually puts into what he does. He loves helping everyone.
Seeing as Steve's still on his Zoom call, we're just carrying on booking in for the rest of his diary for the rest of the month. I'm carrying on booking in the rest of his mentor Zooms to make sure they get done as well as.
So I'm currently booking a lot of site visits. We had 3 back-to-back yesterday. All went absolutely amazing. We're still very busy, so we're going to go off and do that now.
Yeah.
Finished up my mentor Zooms. I had one at the place where we had some food. Just come to this hotel to get my second Zoom done. Now we are shooting reels and ads. So the reels are for my social medias. The ads are for my ads that are running behind the scenes, which is Google and Meta. They're the ads that run. We have a sold out April. Well, April's crazy. We sold so many tickets for events in April, it's absolutely nuts. But it all stems from social media. The business now is getting a little bit more structure. We've got a little bit going on right now because my Isabella is ready to literally give birth. We are 11 days away today from our due date, but I do believe that this weekend is going to be when my little princess and our little princess arrives. So yeah, I need to get home. I need to be around Isabella. So let me get my job done and I will catch you guys shortly.
Morning, mate.
Hello.
How are we?
I am awesome. How are you?
Good. Always good. Always good. Where are we today? Where are we?
We are on a site visit with some of my earn and learn partners and going to give them the best education they've ever received.
Morning, you alright?
Okay.
I will.
That's you.
Yeah, good, thank you. Sir, how are you?
How are we?
You good?
Very well.
Good.
The baby's not come yet?
No, definitely. And now I'm dressed in all some crazy ass colours, guys. You don't judge me. Hi, how are you? You okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you okay? No, it's because, okay, I'm literally on call. She's there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I haven't got time to get dressed. It's just throw anything on. How are we all? How's Kev been? Oh God, no one's answering on the Kev situation here. What happened, son?
I was awesome, so I don't know what these are.
I just said that you were.
Yeah, there you go.
Who said?
I said he was.
Really?
They're all just very quiet because you've walked in the room. They're all very nervous.
What?
I don't know. She's a big dog.
I'm about big dog. You're taller than me. So, guys, bought this at auction. This is an auction property, 3-bedroom detached house, and I know the area quite well, and I know the comparables are on the street. So there's multiple houses on this street that have sold for more than $500,000, probably 4 or 5. So I knew that with the right extensions and the right layout that you could go past 500, 550. I mean, the one over the road in grey with the gates has sold for 565 or 575. And there was quite a few people wanting this property, and it went to auction. The guy wanted 290. That's what he was trying to get, 290, 300,000. In auction, it never sold. So I bought it post-auction for 247, 500, did a deal, got it for 247, had to pay, obviously, auction fees and stuff like that. But I did a lot of due diligence before I bought this house. I was in Dubai actually when I bought it, but I'd already been around here and done some bits and pieces. So I'd spoke to the next door neighbours that side because they've got an extension. And I said to them, is there any problems that you've had with your extension? And they said, yes. We didn't hit any solid ground when we went down for the foundations. Yeah, so that made my decision easier as well, because I knew we had to have a contingency for a foundation. So for the people in here that don't know this, when you put that on, which is an extension, or that behind you, which is a double story side extension, the foundations have to be solid in order for you to build. You're allowed to go down to 2 meters legally. And if you hit ground up to 2 meters, you can still build from that. Anything past 2 meters, you have to have something called like foundations built systems. You have to have a certain thing built. Structural engineer will come in, they'll put something together, speak to your contractor, and you negotiate a price. So in this particular house, I already knew that we was going to be looking at some sort of system, like we call it a raft system, in order to make sure the foundations, you know, was stable, basically. And that where Wayne standing cost me 9 grand, and that side cost me 6. So to have the foundations done, it cost me an extra 15 grand on top of what I was going to spend. But like I said, I'd spoke to the neighbours who had got an extension, and I already had it in my brain that maybe we're not going to have solid ground. So I'd already taken into account a certain amount of money. I put 20,000 in, I got it done for 15. So I knew we were still in the budget in order to make a profit.
Calling all property developers, future property developers, property investors, anybody that wants to get into property. I am in Leeds. Come down to my blueprint and I will teach you all about HMOs, BRRR, flipping houses, deal sourcing, assisted sales, auctions, how to raise finance, so much more. It's £11 a ticket that could possibly, actually, you know what? No, it won't possibly, it will change your life.
Do you need to be a millionaire, or is it about being savvy? Is it about being savvy? Well, let's talk to one man who's self-made here in the West Midlands. Ste Hamilton from Lichfield, a self-made property investor who also teaches property education. Afternoon to you, Ste.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Well, I'm okay, but listen, our lovely Maddie who works on the show, Ste, give us some advice. She's 21 years old. She's living with her boyfriend's parents. She loves the boyfriend's parents. They're great.
Yes, thank
They're
you.
wonderful. She gets great meals. But listen, what can we do? You know, give us some advice. You're the man.
Well, I think the easiest thing for her to do is get out of her in-laws' house as soon as possible, because obviously, you know, 4 years being underneath someone else's roof doesn't give you time to grow and get your own space. And the easiest way to do it is the Help to Buy scheme. Now, there is a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons with the Help to Buy scheme. It's there to help new property investors, as in first-time buyers, get on the ladder for 5% minimum down payment. But you are buying a new build, and the new builds are unfortunately overpriced, because we as developers know that we can put a premium on them, and it kind of means that people have to buy them who are in positions like Maddie, if that makes sense.
Okay, so listen, because you're a self-made guy. I've seen you on all over social media. You know, should Maddie just get a rundown? Because someone once said to me, Ste Hamilton, that you get your rundown, you get the worst house on the best street. Is that what she should be doing?
Yeah, that's a bit of a myth, and it's an easy sell. Buy the worst house on the best street, add some value, and make the most amount of money. If it was that easy, we'd all be rich. The best thing to do is definitely find a rundown property, but a lot of it has got to do with how handy you are, how big your network is. Do you know builders, contractors that can actually come in and sort the situation for you? But my favourite strategy for first-time buyers is definitely find a rundown property and add your own touch to it.
What about this rent-to-rent, Airbnb, all these new terms that are out at the moment? You know, are they good opportunities? You know, we hear it, just have to look on Instagram. You can see all these young people like Maddie. They're living their best lives in these really nice apartments.
It's social media, people. It's entertainment, remember. It's not real life. Likes and views don't pay the bills. But there are some strategies that do work. Rent-to-rent works on a certain level. If you want to replace your income, it can help, but it's never going to get you the money to build a deposit for a house. So it will replace an income, but it ain't going to get you the deposit to build your own future, basically.
Okay, see, that's it. And of course, we now know we've got a millionaire with us, or not just you, Steve, our producer, Brett, he's got a bit of cash. He flies one of these, Steve.
Wow.
He's got a helicopter.
Oh, he's got way more money
you know
than
what
me
I mean?
then. He's definitely got more money than me.
Oh, don't you worry, Steve. You can come out with me anytime you want.
That's one thing I don't like is helicopters.
Really?
I'm scared of them.
I'll change your mind on that, mate. Mine's luxury, mate. Luxury.
There
Don't you
go.
worry.
Yeah, ask him if you can do a few rides in the helicopter. That'll definitely raise some funds to get your deposit.
Oh, hello. Exactly.
Lucky Brett.
Steve, great advice. Thank you, my darling. You take care.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Lovely.
The BBC asked me to do an interview on their radio, and yeah, I just gave some top tips, some good advice.
Are you a celebrity now?
Yeah.
Hollywood soon.
Hollywood is calling. Hollywood. Can you imagine it? Who would play me in a role on TV? Now, for all you guys out there that believe you've got banter, comment below and let me know who you think should play the lead character in my story when I am able to tell it in 20 years. The highs, the lows, the crap, the shit, the greats. Who would you say, Phil? Come on, you started
You know
off.
what? I'll say Cruise. You know how straight out of Compton and Ice Cube had his son playing.
How amazing if my son... I couldn't let my son... No. No, that's not good. That's not good. No. Who else? Who in today's world...
Ooh, tough one. Top of my head. We got big boys. We got big boys only.
Go on then, who are you going?
You love Tom Cruise, man.
Tom Cruise.
Do him as well.
Everybody else is outside in shorts, t-shirts, all of them. And here's me in a big jacket because I'm freezing cold. So I don't know whether I'm coming down with something or whatever's going on. So the decorators have decorated the whole property from top to bottom, everything. And they finished yesterday. And they've asked me to come in today just to have a look around. Is there anything I'm unhappy with? Is there anything I can spot that they want to do? This is not snagging the property, this is snagging the decorators. They've got to come in and do one more coat anyway, I believe. Because the whole place has got to be cleaned out. So I don't know what actually has gone on with the project manager. If this can't be the final coat. Is this the final coat? Do you know, Phil?
That's the wrong person.
Yeah, I don't think it is. We're going upstairs, and this here, can you see this, guys? So they're sanding this down. They filled it in there. They're sanding it down. This is one of the original ones, and the one at the bottom is the original one. So they asked me, do I just want to replace these and put new ones in? And I was like, no, I don't. These are all new, but they stuck with the posts into flat or apartment number 3, depending on what you want to call it. This looks really nice. This looks really nice because I can see it with the light from the sun as well.
What are you looking out for when you do this?
I'm just looking for anything that I can see where it just doesn't look great. The decorator can make or break the property. Decorator is so important. And now we're at the final stages. There's not a lot left that needs to be done. I'm not rubbing the wall, as in like for anything particular. I just saw something there and I thought, will it come off? And so if you come in here, let me give you some examples. So the walls look great. They all look straight. The lines are good. The decorating's good. Everything looks great. But then if you look here, you can see a bubble. There's a bubble there which needs sanding, and I noticed that straight away when I put the lights on. There's a line here where the plasterboard meets, which has upset me a little bit. That could do with sanding and sorting out. And then if we go into the duplex flat, which is, I'm just making sure I'm not touching the walls. Up here, see some of these things, like if you look here guys, this is the stuff I hate. Can you see how it's on there? I know it's easy to clean, But I also hate this. This hasn't got on here. But you know when the hinges get paint on, these hinges don't have any paint on. But that really winds me up. Plug sockets, light switches, and hinges. Now this room was really bothering me because we had a track system fitted in here for the plasterboards, but for some reason the contractor boarded in here onto beams, and the finish in here wasn't great when I walked in. It was kind of like a different plasterer had done it, but then they explained to me about the tracking system and the boards. My decorator's done a very good job to get it to how I want it, but it's only an 8 out of 10. And the ceiling's bugging me a little bit, so I'm going to ask them to come back in and fill it. But they had a problem here as well with the curvature of the wall. They've done that absolutely amazing. I'm so impressed with the way they've done that, because it actually curves like that. So that's really impressed me. I'm really, really, really happy about it, to be honest. But yeah, other than that, positive.